Welcome everyone to our third edition of our certified entry-level Python programmer course, and it is time for us to go up and get our free Python. That's right. We are going to go to python.org, and here at python.org, notice there is a prominent downloads area. Python is free for us, so it's not true what they say, that nothing in life is free. Python is free, and notice there's going to be platform support for whatever you're working with. And I don't know about you, but I went ahead and put Python everywhere. On every machine I tend to work on, my Mac, my Windows machine, my Linux box. That way you can always practice. Now notice there was some auto detection going on here, and it says, okay, you're on Windows, so here's a nice happy button to help you out. Download for Windows, and notice it's Python 3.13.3. Remember, we are not going to be working with the legacy Python 2, which is not compatible with Python 3. So I'm going to go ahead and click this button, and we see that we just had a download take place to my downloads folder. I'm going to click on open file, and we are going to install Python. So what does it ask us here? It says, all right, select install now to install Python with default settings, or choose customize to enable or disable features. We want to go ahead and see the customization, so we're going to choose that path. I want to add Python exe to my path so I can run Python more easily at the command line. We'll be showing you more about that later on. Use admin privileges when installing Python sounds good to me. And remember, I'm going to show you the customized installation options here. So yes, I want the documentation files. I want pip, which is a tool that we can use to download and install other Python packages. We want tkinter and the idle development environment for sure, a test suite, the PyLauncher, and I would want to install this for all users on this Windows machine. So some nice options there. They're all selected. That's what we want. We're going to choose next. There's some more advanced options like associating files with Python. Yes, this is great. We have the PyLauncher. We can just accept the defaults here. Notice where Python is being installed. It's going to go into my app data local programs Python area. We'll accept the defaults here. I don't need it installed for all users on this machine, so I'll leave that unchecked. And all that's left for us to do is approve the permissions here of user account control and say, do your thing, install Python. So it's wonderful that we're getting our Python that we're going to be working with for free in this class. And notice it comes with something called idle. This is the integrated development and learning environment. Learning is the key word there. So Python is going to give us a nice integrated development and learning environment that we can use as we are moving throughout this course. So Python is almost done installing here. Great. We're going to close up the installation window, and now we can start using Python throughout this course. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the Python folder that it created here, and notice there is our integrated development and learning environment, and I'm going to go ahead and create a shortcut to that out here on my desktop. Yeah, for sure, I want a shortcut to that on the desktop so I can get to it easily. I want to make sure, it's been a while since I've done that in Windows. I want to make sure I just didn't move that object. Yeah, there we go. Okay, great. So I do want a shortcut of that out there on the desktop, and I'm going to double click that idle environment, and it is going to launch on our desktop. And look at this, we can begin experimenting with Python right away. You got to love it. One of the things I'm going to do though is go to the file. Let's see, it's probably under edit. Gosh, I'm used to doing this on my Mac. What we're looking for here is, there we go. No, not the, configure idle under options. This will be under the file menu in the Mac, but find your configuration settings, because one of the things you might have to do if you're like me is you might have to really blow up the font so that your eyes can see stuff. And of course, I'm doing this so that you can see very easily what is happening as I do demonstrations of technologies here in Python. So you probably know what's going to happen now. We have to do a hello world program. Of course we do, because it's good luck to create your hello world program. So I'm going to type in print. And the first thing we notice is, look at that, print gets a pretty kind of purple color. So notice right away, the integrated development and learning environment of Python is trying to help us as we code with what we call colorization of our code. And we'll be talking more about this as we go. You might remember that we do an open parens with our print function. And notice we're getting help here from the integrated development and learning environment. And from now on, I'll just call it idle. Idle is helping us, and it's telling us things we can do, arguments we can make with the print function. We'll be covering the print function and these arguments in detail later on in our course. But what we're going to do is just do our straight quotes, and we're going to say, hello world. And we are going to close that straight quotes and close the parentheses. And there we go. So we have print, the function called print, and then for the print function's kind of instructions, if you will, we're saying go ahead and print the string hello world. So if we hit enter on the keyboard, look at that, it runs and it does just what we asked it to, Python. It prints hello world to our screen. You gotta love it. Now, before you leave your idle environment here, I'd like you to practice with errors. Yeah, let's do some intentional errors. So the first thing I'll do, and you could see this happening to someone, is I'll do print and then my quotes, and I'll say hello world, and notice what I'm doing. I am intentionally forgetting the open and close parentheses. This would work if I was in Python version 2, but sure enough, inside Python 3, we're going to get a syntax error. And notice the accuracy of this. It's like, hey, you are missing parentheses in your call to print. Did you mean to do that? So very, very explicit syntax error messaging. Our error messaging isn't always great like that. For instance, watch this. I'm going to say print hello world, and this time I'm going to forget the quotes. And what is the syntax error? It's just saying, look, invalid syntax. Perhaps you forgot a comma? No, good try, Python. We forgot the quotes. Yeah. And let's just do it right one more time, and let's do it in a slightly different way. Remember, I can use single quotes here as well to get the job done. So there's our hello world application with the single quotes inside the parentheses for the print function, and that works just great. Now, when we are ready to quit, we can, watch this, I'm going to type quit and it'll say, wait a minute, you need to use the quit function or Control D. So, all right, great. We're going to use the quit function, and notice we don't have to specify anything inside the function there. We just say quit, and it says, are you sure you want to kill your running program? And we say, we sure are, and an easy way for us to quit using the quit function. So there you go, folks. You're going to want a shortcut to the idle environment on your desktop, I'm sure, like me, so that you can practice your Python at a moment's notice. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you're excited for the next video where we're going to take a look at some of the main fundamental structural components of Python code per our certification exam objectives. Thanks again for watching.